Before I met ATOMY, I was working 2 jobs as the standard, and there wasn't a job that I haven't tried. I am a single mother with a 13-year-old son who had to do everything I could, from selling insurance to selling cosmetics, to make money. I worked hard for 10 years, determined to raise my child well. But despite working tirelessly, not only was I unable to save any money, I couldn't even afford to take any nutritional supplements. One day, through an introduction from my friend who did ATOMY business, I ended up visiting the center. The first thing I heard then was, "Your face is prettier than your friend, but your skin is a mess." It was then that my dull, rough skin with blemishes around my mouth caught my eyes.
Before I met ATOMY, I had been working hard, running a medical equipment business for 23 years. But my business went bankrupt overnight due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The employees' salaries began to go unpaid, and even the rent was overdue, prompting a notice from the building owner to vacate the premises. I tried all possible means and methods to find a solution, but I couldn't solve them. I felt a huge sense of guilt when I had to let go of all my long-term employees. I couldn't bear to see their backs as they left, so I went into a storage room and cried my heart out.
I am a visually impaired new sales master, Yi-Sir Choi. Before joining the ATOMY business, I put in a lot of effort to find employment. However, as you know, it is not easy to even find part-time jobs these days. So it was not easy for me as a visually impaired person to have an opportunity for an interview.
Looking back, my life has had a lot of twists and turns. At a young age, I lost my mother, and I always spent my childhood feeling timid and introverted. I dreamed of a life-changing opportunity in society. I went bankrupt in an instant due to Korea's economic crisis. At that time, network marketing, which I had never experienced, came to me like a ray of light. I was confident. Because it was a business that didn't require a high capital and was based solely on networking, I did my best with hopeful determination, dreaming of a day when I could make a successful comeback. Once again, though, success was not on my side. After that, I failed 3 more times in a row, and my life became a mess. I experienced frequent power and gas outages, and one day I even went to a meeting with my phone disconnected. One time my car ran out of gas and I had to pull over in a tunnel, which almost caused a major accident. I didn't even aspire to be super rich, but life just didn't seem to go my way.
Due to an accidental explosion, my home, which had been my safe haven for the past 30 years, was completely destroyed. My husband was hospitalized in the ICU because he suffered more than 30% of severe burns all over his body. After regaining consciousness, I realized there was nothing left amidst the raging flames. It felt like the past 30 years of living in this house had burned down all at once. I thought, how could such a thing happen to me? Seeing the house turn to ash, I couldn't sleep because I had lost my will to live any further. My body and mind were exhausted. I suffered from shingles for a month and then underwent another month of psychiatric treatment. Each day was really painful and hopeless.
I studied abroad in Australia for 11 years. So I had a rather clear goal of going to graduate school in interpretation and translation upon my return to Korea.
The journey to get to this point was not an easy one. Because as soon as I started the business, COVID-19 took over our daily lives. It was frustrating because I had no consumer base and no one was willing to attend a meeting. Thanks to my sponsors who were always there to encourage me and generously share their business know-hows, I was able to make it to this point. The biggest reason I couldn't give up and sink into despair while blaming the situation was because I had a son who was already grown up, both physically and mentally. I couldn't just sit back when I had a son who always told me he loved me and would be by my side. After 2 years of working like crazy with ATOMY business in the morning, a clothing store in the afternoon, and a bar at night, something happened that I could only dream of. I was accepted into ATOMY's musician. I had the opportunity to realize my dream of becoming a singer that I had always written down as a life scenario had finally come true, which I had failed to achieve in my younger years.
Last July, I declared my will to challenge for the Sales Master promotion to my beloved and respected Diamond Master. Dreams come true as you speak it. Words are seeds. Despite having doubts about my ability when I declared the challenge, I miraculously succeeded. I was really happy.
However, ATOMY was different. Thanks to ATOMY, which opened up equal opportunities for everyone to work anytime and anywhere, I got the opportunity to work for the first time in my life. The obstacles that felt like a huge barrier to employment were not much of a problem within ATOMY.
At the end of last year, I met ATOMY for the first time. The solid financial structure, the chairman's business mindset, and the absolute quality and absolute price strategy were impressive. Most of all, seeing the vision that ATOMY is rewriting the network marketing history made me feel like real success was finally within reach. So I personally looked into ATOMY and started my business. Shouldn't I show myself succeeding confidently as a husband and father, at least once before I die? Fall down 4 times, stand up 5. ATOMY was the last one. After putting my all into it, I ended up here today. Today's promotion speech would become an unforgettable page in my life as someone who had always experienced only failures.
To my husband and I, who struggled with unemployment and endured several months with no income, it was truly a ray of light. That's not all. My sponsors took care of us as if we were their own children. They took a long trip and provided us with not only emotional support, but also practical items such as towels and frying pans. I realized the meaning of positive influence that the chairman spoke about. I was able to get out of despair because of these people. It was an opportunity for me to rediscover ATOMY, which I had only experienced as a consumer until now. I felt a strong desire to become successful and follow the footsteps of these kind-hearted individuals. There is something my daughter often says to me these days. "Mom, you've changed so much lately." That's right, I have changed a lot. After the fire accident, I was paralyzed by trauma. But once I started working at ATOMY, I woke up early in the morning, dressed up, and got busy. Most importantly, I had more laughter and positive thoughts. What would I be like now if I hadn't met ATOMY?
How many people have confidence and trust in the company they work for? Some of my friends who finished their studies abroad earn a lot of money but are not happy. I have seen many cases where people have conflicts between the directions the company pursues and their own visions. But what about ATOMY's success? They pursue a balanced life, sincerely wishing for the success of their partners and living a life of contribution to society and their surroundings. I realized that successful individuals at ATOMY truly earn valuable money. It fit perfectly with the direction I wanted to live my life.
ATOMY gave me the opportunity to challenge myself with a new position and allowed me to pursue my dreams. When I vividly dreamed as the chairman suggested, it really came true. I will vividly envision a year filled with only happiness. Within ATOMY. I love ATOMY so much for giving me hope when I had none.
Today, I would like to make another declaration. I will challenge myself to become promoted to Diamond Master within the first half of 2022. And I want to realize the dream that I have held dear in my heart until now. In the next 4 years, in October 2025, when I turn 70, I will build a beautiful nursing home in a clean and serene place.
The only place where a person with disabilities like myself can work freely and happily without discrimination is at ATOMY. Don't you think I made a good choice choosing ATOMY? I want to be a reliable support for my sponsors, just as they have been for me. Lastly, I want to thank myself for all the hard work I've done. I consider happiness to be the most important value in my life. I will become someone who shares happy energy with many people, starting with myself from now on. Thank you.
If I had to pick the best thing I've ever done, first would be meeting God. Second, meeting my wife, who has believed in me and supported me even in difficult circumstances. Lastly, meeting ATOMY, which has become my last hope. I am happy that with the power of the products and the establishment of true consumer relationships, I can dream of working hard and achieving success for the next 20 to 30 years. My goal for the latter half of this year is to achieve the rank of Diamond Master and return to this stage as a truly successful individual. I love you, thank you, and fighting!
Even though I finally achieved the first rank at ATOMY today, my mind is busy. If I want to be a light for someone else, like the sponsors who helped me, I don't have time to waste. I will grow by strongly promoting the positive influences and effectiveness of the products that ATOMY has shown me. Please watch my growth and development in the future after starting my second life with ATOMY.
Now I know for sure. As ATOMY is continuously growing infinitely, I too will grow with ATOMY and gradually achieve my dreams in this rapidly changing world. Now I want to be a tool for other people's success and a good leader who exerts positive influence, just as ATOMY has done for me. I want to be a leader who is not just flashy on the outside, but who is filled with value on the inside. I am still young, so there are many other means of success besides ATOMY. But successful people find a way, while those who fail find excuses. You must find a way amidst countless reasons and excuses why you do not need ATOMY. You can definitely find it. People would ask me, why ATOMY? I would ask them, why not ATOMY? I will do my best together with my sponsors.
was not satisfied with my life when I only had a monthly salary. That's why I used my retirement savings to open a pizza shop, hoping to live the life I wanted. However, society was difficult, and I failed in all of my businesses, including the pizza shop, the beauty salon, and later the failed duck restaurant. My life went downhill even further and became more and more difficult. How could a person who kept failing due to her lack of ability succeed in ATOMY? I realized that becoming rich solely through one's own efforts is difficult. Becoming rich requires many people to work together. We think that this is the one way towards becoming rich, because we are in this together. As I thought about how to do this together, our company motto came to my mind. We can all succeed together if we cherish each other's spirits, create our visions and goals, trust each other, and humbly serve.
I have achieved a balanced life, including living, loving, and learning, which I wrote about in this seminar 10 years ago. However, there was just one thing I had not achieved yet: a contributing life. What I need to do from now is live a contributing life. Our ATOMY Royal Club created a volunteer organization called SOS Support 2 years ago. We will grow into a world-renowned service group. We will show our future business leaders that successful Atomians are different, that they are leaders who contribute to society.
I am aware that many people are dreaming and starting ATOMY businesses to make changes in their life. And I know how hard it is for you right now, because every successful person has been through the process. That's when it's the hardest. Many people are afraid because they see no change over time. Many people who are afraid end up wanting to turn back around. You can see it now, but you are growing. You are making progress, and beyond that hill, behind your tears, the success you have been longing for is hidden. You need to have faith.
I never even imagined that today would come. I did not even know that I was so lucky. We are all swans, including myself. We are all swans, but we live as ugly ducklings in the midst of the world's storms. We want to fly as a swan, but we do not have the wings to fly. Now that you and I have met ATOMY, we can wear swan wings and fly as far as we want.
I truly believe that all of the leaders who are here today, through the direction and methods provided by our chairman and stories shared by successful individuals, can become Imperial Masters. If you accurately and correctly apply everything you have learned.
ATOMY is now challenging to write a new history. We are moving towards becoming a hub for global distribution and a company with an annual revenue of $100 billion.
Everyone, I have $1 million in here. What I learned from Chairman Han-gil Park and numerous ATOMY members and employees is that sharing is also a habit. I am now determined to go beyond myself once again for the next generation. I never considered this $1 million as mine in the first place. I am going to donate this $1 million for the dandelion seeds for the next generation.
Dear ATOMY family, have you heard about the ATOMY pandemic? ATOMY's overseas expansion is progressing rapidly. This is the vision of ATOMY contractors. So it's something that anyone can do and succeed at. 17 people listened to the first ATOMY seminar. We made a decision and started the business. We became one with our sponsors and partners, regardless of our lines, and worked hard with passion and hope. But some of them are not here today. They gave up halfway through for various reasons. All of us who persevered and endured, refused to give up, worked diligently hard, have succeeded, and are now sitting in this place.
If you ever find yourself wondering why you can't make it, I encourage you to revisit your life scenario and vividly visualize your dreams. Life scenarios should be written with an earnest heart. Don't be ashamed, and keep it to yourself. Instead, talk about your dreams with your partner and sponsor, and make a clear declaration that you will definitely live your life in this way. Your speed of success will change. 10 years ago, I didn't have a car, so I used to take the bus to attend seminars. After buying a bus ticket with the money, I only had $1 left. Although I needed to take the bus again to get home, I was so hungry that I bought 2 fish cakes and a bowl of soup and walked over an hour to get home. After meeting ATOMY, I happily now live in a good house and drive a good car. My son, who was a high school teacher, has joined the ATOMY business. My daughter, who is good at English, acts as interpreter on my business trips. It feels great to do business overseas and travel with my daughter. Everything I dreamed of in the last 10 years has become a reality.
Live a self-directed life with the determination to accomplish what you aspire to. Each one of you is the star in your own life. Do you want to succeed at ATOMY? Do you want to be a true leader? What kind of people do you like? What kind of person do you want to be? Isn't it about regaining the spirit that our partners have lost by always giving, sharing, listening, comforting, encouraging, and walking out hand in hand? What's so hard about selling toothpaste and toothbrush? It's not hard at all. You have seized that opportunity. You definitely did. Everyone, be that person here. Each and every one of you is a luxury human being. Join forces with ATOMY and our leaders to achieve success.
I am that nobody who has only graduated elementary school. Looking at myself, I couldn't say that I was a person worthy of being called Imperial Master Young Hee Kang. I will never forget the day when the chairman, who knew that I had just started my business, also knew that I was suffering from liver cancer, gave me hemohim from his suit pocket and provided me with some encouragement. I regained my strength after consuming that precious hemohim. If I can succeed, you surely can. Because all of you have better conditions than I do.
As a husband and wife contractor team, we owe our success to my wife, who discovered and learned about the tool for success, ATOMY. She made the decision to never give up for the sake of her family. I give all the credit for today's success to the new Imperial Master, Young Hee Kang. Honey, you have worked hard. Congratulations.
At first, I thought that if I could earn just $2,000 through the ATOMY business, I would be able to live a truly satisfying life, paying monthly rent and being able to afford my youngest son's high school tuition was all I could ask for at the time. However, after a year or two, the amount began to increase from $2,000 to $8,000 or $10,000 just by working hard and spreading ATOMY from morning to dawn. My life began to change. A year after starting the ATOMY business, my children said that it seemed like their mother was crazy about ATOMY. When asked why, they said it was because I would talk about ATOMY products even in my sleep. I don't know how many times I went back and forth with a strong conviction that ATOMY would go global, even before the establishment of the US branch. I fearlessly pursued success even when my health didn't cooperate. Thanks to ATOMY products of absolute quality and absolute price, I have made numerous global partners not only in Korea but also in countries such as the United States, China, and Mexico. If I had not met ATOMY, would it have been possible for me to travel to other countries?
It's a misconception that people who have achieved success must have had something overflowing to reach to the top. But if you listen to their stories, the experience of failure accounts for 3/4 of those who have succeeded. If there is anyone who is disappointed with themselves right now, remember that the final success will outweigh everything else. My shortcomings during that time were the driving force that transformed me and led me to where I am today. In the past, my life was full of failures, but I'm ahead of everything now.
I met God in my teenage years. So I wish to share that joy by ministering to the poor and needy, even to the ends of the earth. We have been able to come this far because at that time, Chairman Han Gil Park and I shared the same vision, had the same goals, and were able to walk in the same direction. We are spreading various acts of sharing and the gospel throughout the world. Everything I dreamed of with the chairman has come true. I believe that the reason ATOMY has been able to grow to this day is the strength of its company motto, the passion we have for cherishing each individual spirit within the company motto, that all 16 million of our members shouting together is the reason why we have been able to come this far and will continue to move forward. Being someone who has been with ATOMY since the start, and as the chief contractor of the company, I will preserve in maintaining ATOMY's faith-based principles.
People often say they want to become rich. It seems like everyone wants to become rich. But the number one reason why people can't become rich is that they don't think about becoming rich. Most people don't have a clear understanding of what it means to live like a rich person. So they don't aspire to be one. If you bring them money, they just pack it up and say things.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.